Did you know that some everyday food and drink combinations could silently increase your cancer risk, especially as you age? Doctors are now warning seniors about 4 common pairings that may seem harmless but could be doing serious damage to your health over time. In this video, we'll reveal which combinations to avoid, why they're dangerous, and what simple swaps can help protect your well-being. The science might surprise you, and what you learn could change your grocery list forever. Stay with us to the end. You might be consuming these risky combos daily without even realizing it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more health-smart insights designed just for you. Let's dive in. Electric light bulb. Lesson 1. Coffee processed meats, the silent inflammation duo. For many people, especially seniors, the morning ritual is sacred. A hot cup of coffee, a crispy strip of bacon or a slice of sausage, and a quiet moment to ease into the day. It's comforting, familiar, and feels harmless. But what if that simple breakfast pairing was quietly working against your health? Doctors are now raising red flags about a combination that many older adults enjoy daily without a second thought: coffee and processed meats. On their own, each has its own set of considerations. But when combined regularly, especially over time, this duo may contribute to chronic inflammation and increase the risk of certain types of cancer, especially in older adults. Let's break down what's really happening in this combo. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, ham, and even deli slices contain preservatives known as nitrates and nitrites. These compounds are added to preserve color and flavor, but when they enter the body, they can form nitrosamines, which are known carcinogens. These chemicals have been linked to cancers of the colon, stomach, and pancreas. The World Health Organization even classifies processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same group as tobacco. Now enter your morning coffee. While coffee in moderation has many health benefits like antioxidants and even protective effects against some diseases, it's also acidic and stimulates stomach acid production. When you pair it with processed meat, it may accelerate the breakdown of nitrates into nitrosamines, enhancing their absorption into the digestive tract. Essentially, it's not just what you eat, it's what you eat together that matters. You might be thinking, but I've eaten this combo for years, how dangerous could it really be? That's a fair question. The truth is, the danger lies in the slow build-up. It's not about a one-time breakfast, it's about repeated exposure over weeks, months, and years. And for older adults whose bodies may already have reduced detox capabilities or increased vulnerability to inflammation, the effects can be more pronounced. So here's the big question to reflect on. Is your comfort food worth the long-term risk if it slowly chips away at your health when safer, satisfying alternatives exist? The great news is that you don't have to give up your peaceful morning or even your love of flavorful food. The key is making small but powerful swaps. For instance, instead of processed meats, try high-protein plant-based options, eggs with herbs, or wild-caught smoked salmon, in moderation. If you still enjoy coffee, consider drinking it separately from meals or opt for green tea a few days a week for a gentler antioxidant boost. And this isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Many seniors aren't told how food combinations can silently impact health. Especially when the effects show up slowly, like fatigue, gut issues, or higher inflammation markers. Changing these habits doesn't have to feel like punishment, it's a chance to invest in your energy, your mobility, and your peace of mind. After all, a long life isn't just about the years, it's about the quality of each day you live. So before you reach for that next breakfast combo, take a moment to think, what if you could feel better, stay stronger, and lower your health risks all by changing just one meal? The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In Lesson 2, we'll uncover a pairing that feels like a celebration but may be damaging your cells faster than you realize. Stay tuned. Lesson 2. Alcohol sugary snacks, a toxic treat for your cells. After a long day, many seniors enjoy a well-deserved glass of wine or a sweet dessert as a small reward. Maybe it's a slice of cake with a cocktail at a gathering, or a quiet evening with some cookies and a bit of brandy. It feels like a treat, comforting, indulgent, even deserved. But what if this feel-good combination was quietly increasing your cancer risk over time? Medical experts are now urging seniors to be cautious about mixing alcohol and sugary foods, and for good reason. Separately, they can each place stress on your body, but together, they can create a metabolic storm that accelerates aging, weakens immune function. and fuels inflammation, 3 major risk factors for cancer. Let's break this down simply. Alcohol, even in small amounts, is a toxin that your body has to work hard to break down and eliminate. The liver does most of this work, converting alcohol into acetaldehyde, a chemical that can damage DNA and prevent your body from repairing itself properly. Over time, repeated exposure to acetaldehyde is linked to increased risk of cancers such as liver, breast, mouth, and esophagus. Now pair this with sugar, especially the refined kind found in cakes, cookies, pastries, and sodas. When sugar floods your bloodstream, it spikes insulin levels and feeds abnormal cell growth. Excess sugar is also known to suppress the immune system temporarily, reducing your body's ability to detect and destroy damaged or precancerous cells. So what happens when you combine both alcohol and sugar in one sitting? You're essentially placing a double burden on your liver, flooding your system with inflammation-promoting substances, and impairing your body's natural defenses. Think of it like trying to extinguish a fire while adding gasoline. Your body can't keep up. Here's a question worth pausing to consider. Is that short-lived pleasure worth the long-term risk if the price is your energy, vitality, or even your life? It's a question only you can answer, but it's one worth asking. We're not saying you can never enjoy a sweet treat or a glass of wine again. But moderation and mindful pairing are key. If you're going to indulge in alcohol, try to avoid combining it with desserts or sugary drinks. Instead, enjoy it with a protein-rich, fiber-filled meal that slows down sugar absorption and supports your liver function. Better yet, explore healthier alternatives. Fresh berries with herbal tea or sparkling water with lime can feel just as indulgent when prepared thoughtfully. There are also low-sugar wine alternatives and alcohol-free spirits that allow you to enjoy the occasion without the aftermath. And let's be honest, this isn't just about preventing disease. It's about protecting the quality of your life. Energy, mental clarity, and even emotional stability are all influenced by what you put into your body. Seniors often underestimate the power of small daily choices, but those choices build momentum toward wellness or illness. So before you reach for that second glass or slice, ask yourself, what if changing this one habit could give you more years, more energy, and more peace of mind? The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In Lesson 3, we'll uncover a pairing that turns a backyard favorite into a potential health hazard. You might never look at a barbecue the same way again. Stay with us. Lesson 3. Grilled food soda, a cancer-friendly pairing you didn't expect. There's something joyful about a backyard barbecue. The smell of sizzling meat on the grill, the clinking of ice in a glass of soda, and laughter among friends and family, especially for older adults, it often brings back warm memories of simpler times. But what if that familiar pairing, grilled food and a fizzy drink, is doing more harm than you realize? Doctors are now sounding the alarm about this popular combination, especially for seniors. Grilled meats and sugary sodas, when consumed together regularly, can quietly create the perfect environment for cancer to thrive in your body. Let's explore why this matters. When meats like chicken, beef, or fish are cooked at high temperatures, especially over open flames or grills, they can form harmful chemicals known as HCAs, heterocyclic amines, and PARs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These compounds are formed when fat and juices from the meat drip onto the flame, creating smoke that carries these toxins back onto the food. Research shows that regular consumption of these chemicals may increase the risk of cancers, particularly in the colon, prostate, and pancreas. Now add soda to the mix, a cold, sweet drink often loaded with high-fructose corn syrup or refined sugars. Soda might seem like an innocent refreshment, but it causes a sharp spike in blood sugar and insulin levels, leading to inflammation and insulin resistance over time. Not only does this make it harder for your body to fight off abnormal cells, but it also contributes to oxidative stress, a condition that plays a major role in the development of cancer. Here's where it gets even more alarming. Combining grilled meats with soda may magnify the harmful effects of each. The sugar and acid in soda can make it easier for your body to absorb the toxic compounds in grilled foods, while also feeding inflammation, an environment where cancer cells can flourish more easily. So here's the big question. Are you unknowingly turning your favorite meals into a health risk, just for the sake of flavor and habit? It's a tough question to face, especially when the tradition is tied to good memories. But the good news is, you can still enjoy the essence of those special moments without compromising your health. Start by changing how you grill. Use lean meats, trim visible fat, and avoid charring. Marinating meat with herbs like rosemary, garlic, and lemon has been shown to reduce the formation of HCAs. Also, opt for grilling vegetables or plant-based proteins like tofu or mushrooms, which don't produce the same harmful chemicals when grilled, and when it comes to beverages, choose smarter sips. Iced herbal teas, fruit-infused water, or even sparkling mineral water with a splash of citrus can give you that same refreshing feeling without the sugar bomb. It's not about removing joy, it's about reshaping it. What if your next barbecue could not only be delicious but also support your health and longevity? What if a simple shift in what you drink or how you prepare food could give you more energy and fewer health risks? Right pointing backhand index. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In Lesson 4, we'll explore a creamy, comforting meal combination that may be silently feeding unhealthy cells. If you enjoy pasta, cheese, or dairy-based comfort food, you'll want to pay close attention. Lesson 4. Dairy refined carbs, feeding the wrong cells without knowing it. There's a reason creamy pastas, cheesy casseroles, and buttery baked goods are called comfort food. For many seniors, these dishes bring back memories of family gatherings, warm kitchens, and full hearts. But while the taste may be comforting, doctors now warn that the combination of dairy and refined carbohydrates could be doing far more harm than good, especially as we age. At first glance, a bowl of macaroni and cheese, a grilled cheese sandwich, or a plate of creamy pasta might seem harmless. These are staples many of us grew up with. But when dairy and refined carbs are combined frequently in the diet, they can silently contribute to chronic inflammation, hormone disruption, and increased cancer risk. Let's break down why. Dairy products, especially those high in fat like cheese, cream, and whole milk, naturally contain hormones, including estrogen and growth factors, that are present even in organic or hormone-free dairy. While moderate dairy intake can offer nutrients like calcium and protein, overconsumption, especially in combination with other risk factors, can influence hormone-related cancers such as breast, prostate, and ovarian cancer. Now enter refined carbohydrates. Think white pasta, white bread, pastries, and other flour-based products. These foods break down rapidly into sugar in your bloodstream, causing sharp spikes in insulin. Over time, elevated insulin levels can create an internal environment that supports the growth and spread of abnormal or precancerous cells. Now imagine what happens when you regularly pair the two. A cheesy pasta dish or a buttery croissant is not just rich in calories, it's rich in the perfect fuel for unhealthy cell growth. The dairy introduces potential hormonal signals, while the refined carbs feed inflammation and spike blood sugar. This pairing is not only linked to weight gain, but also to long-term cellular stress and increased cancer susceptibility. So here's a question to reflect on: are your comfort foods actually putting your long-term comfort, health, and independence at risk? Many people, especially older adults, simply haven't been told how certain food pairings can accelerate aging and weaken the body's natural defenses. It's not about guilt. It's about awareness. And once you know, you have the power to choose differently. The good news? You don't have to give up creamy textures or cozy flavors to protect your health. Try swapping out refined pasta for whole grain or legume-based alternatives, which offer fiber and a slower release of sugar into the bloodstream. Instead of heavy cream sauces, use blended vegetables like cauliflower or sweet potato to create a rich, velvety base. And when you do enjoy cheese, choose strong-flavored varieties. You'll need less to feel satisfied. It's also worth exploring plant-based dairy alternatives, which are naturally lower in hormones. Unsweetened almond, oat, or cashew milk can still give you the creaminess you love without the hormone load. Think of this not as restriction, but as evolution. You're honoring your past traditions, but updating them to fit the needs of your body today. After all, food should nourish not just emotionally, but physically too. So the next time you reach for that gooey bowl of mac and cheese, take a moment and ask yourself, what if I could enjoy this same comfort with ingredients that actually protect my body, not burden it? The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In the final conclusion, we'll bring all 4 lessons together and reveal a simple formula for protecting your health without giving up the foods you love. Stay with us. Conclusion. Now that you've discovered these 4 surprising food and drink combinations that could increase cancer risk, It's time to take action, not out of fear, but out of empowerment. Small changes in your meals can protect your health in big ways. If even one of these lessons helped you see your daily habits differently, imagine the impact of applying them consistently. We'd love to hear from you. Which food combo surprised you the most? Have you been eating any of these without realizing the risk? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you benefited from this video even a little, please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know what health topics you'd love to see next.